Hey, I'm Darron McDougal. I want to give you a look at the new Mathews Lift X. This is the 29.5-inch model. There's also a 33-inch model. Now, of course, it shares some similarities with last year's Lift, but it has 3 new key advancements that truly elevate the shooting and the user experience overall. So first off, limb shift technology, and I'm super passionate about this one because I've been waiting for Mathews to deliver a more DIY-friendly tuning system for the cams. In the past several models, you had to use the top hat spacer system, which was very effective, but it required a bow press. Now with limb shift technology, there's no bow press needed. All you need is a hex wrench. You can expose the adjustment system by removing a screw, and then there's a adjustment screw underneath that to pivot the limb in or out from the cam. The cam is slaved to the other limb, so basically you can tweak and get the alignment that you want, and you can do that on both the bottom and top in finite amounts until you get your bow paper tuning just how you want it. So really a sweet user-friendly system. Anybody that has a basic knowledge of paper tuning and has a hex wrench can do it. So it's super user-friendly, DIY-friendly. AR7 Limbs, Mathews engineers went through blood, sweat, and tears, many different prototypes, lots of field testing, to ultimately land on a limb that's more durable and more efficient. Now, when you're on a dream hunt, especially if you're in some unforgiving terrain, the last thing you want to worry about is your bow failing. And with these AR7 limbs, that's going to be the last thought on my mind. I have a ton of confidence in Mathews limbs in general, but even more so in these new AR7 limbs because I know the hours that the engineers went through to land on this awesome new design. The bond grip system is new this year. There's 4 different options. It comes with the engage. There's also the contour and taper options, as well as side plates, depending on what you prefer for a fit and feel. It has a nice textured inlay on the posterior portion of the grip, which gives you some positive traction right where you want it, but the rest of the grip is less tacky than the previous engage grip, so I'm a big fan of that. Of course, we have the integrate rest mounting system and then the bridge lock sight and stabilizer mounts. New this year is also the bridge lock UV slider. This is another thing that I'm super excited about because it's a fully featured slider sight that has a light system, it has axis adjustments, and of course it's got the slide feature, but it weighs about 9 ounces, which is unbelievable. Super lightweight. And then of course with the mounting system through the riser, the weight of that sight is positioned basically right in the middle of the bow so that you get the best accessorized balance when you pair the sight with the integrate rest mounting system and then the low pro quiver, which mounts nice and tight to the bow. The switch weight X cam is back this year. It's a high performance cam that gives you all the speed you need, has a nice smooth transition from peak to valley, and a nice rock solid back wall. And then of course the resistance phase damping gives you a super smooth shot. This bow is incredibly quiet, one of the smoothest, quietest bows on the market as far as I'm concerned. I've shot a lot of different ones and this one is just unbelievably quiet, and I'm shooting this one at 75 pounds, so quite a bit of extra power there. Lastly, we've got the bridge lock riser, and again, 29.5-inch bow doesn't sound like a lot of stability, but I've already been shooting this bow out to 90-95 yards, and it's unbelievable how nicely it holds on the target, but also how accurate it is out at those distances. This is an awesome bow. You don't have to take my word for it. You can go check it out at your local Mathews dealer or MathewsInc.com. Thanks for watching.